The pros and cons of buying Thailand real estate right now are numerous. Understanding these is the key to making a confident decision. Now, of course, you'll find people on one side singing the praises of the country's property market, and then on the other side, there are lots of other people promoting this grim outlook of Thailand never recovering. The truth, like most things, lies somewhere in the middle. Buying Thailand real estate right now is not without risk, but like all investments, with risk does come reward. You are going to need to weigh both before you make a decision on if it's right to buy for you. With this in mind, here are some of the pros and cons of buying Thailand real estate right now. The first pro is that deals are still available. Property prices today are not going to get any lower. So if price is the most important factor for you, then buying Thailand real estate right now is definitely worth considering. While discounts do vary from location to location and even project to project, you'll find plenty of discounts throughout the country. One example of this is Mantra Beach Condominium in Bang Saray. This project is offering very exclusive discounts, some of which were available during the Dot Property mega sale a month ago, and these are prices that you're not going to find at any other time. Similarly, Phuket, Hua Hin, Pattaya, basically everywhere in Thailand, there are plenty of deals to be had if you're willing to act now. However, this is probably your last chance to score a deal because once Thailand reopens, the developers are going to start bringing those prices back up. On the con side, the best deals are long gone. Most sellers are willing to negotiate on price, but if you're expecting that bottom dollar deal to come through, well, you're going to need to think again. It's just simply not happening. Sellers now are comfortable waiting out the situation since they've already waited 20 months, 21 months. They're not in a rush to sell. This is extremely important to consider when making an offer. If you come in bidding 60% below asking price, the seller's not even going to respond to you. They don't really care that much. So yeah, just come in with a realistic bid if you are serious about buying Thailand property right now. Another pro is the fact that the entire purchasing process can be done from overseas. You don't need to be in Thailand to close a sale or to finalize any sort of deal. And actually, this process has been streamlined now because many agents have been working on it and refining it. So being overseas and buying a property in Thailand is actually quite easy. So this is something that definitely makes it worthwhile to consider if that was your hesitation or you thought that you maybe still had to come to sign a document or agree to something. No longer the case. You can do it from your home country. Now on the con side, naturally, you cannot visit, or most people will be unable to visit a property in person. For many property seekers, this is a non-starter. They want to see a property or see a showroom in person just to get that sense of a specific project or a unit, and that's totally fair. Now, you can make a case this isn't much of an issue if you're purchasing an off-plan unit in a location you're already familiar with. You already sort of have the info you need there, and it's not like you're going to go and explore the unit for yourself because no unit has been built yet. It's just a showroom. However, if you don't know the local area or you are looking at a resale unit or an already completed unit, then there definitely is a cause for concern. It's vital you weigh the benefits of buying today versus this con in particular. Obviously, the price is going to be attractive, but you want to have that peace of mind knowing you feel comfortable and confident buying that unit, and if it won't come to you until you actually see it in person, you might be better off waiting. One thing you do also want to factor in is speak with your agent or speak with the developer and see if you can't work out some sort of solution or some sort of way where maybe they'll hold a price for you or hold a unit for you until you can come and visit Thailand. Historically speaking, tourists are going to come back to Thailand and they're going to come back in large numbers. In 2010, 15.9 tourists visited Thailand. By 2019, that number had increased to 39.9 million. That's incredible growth. And in fact, if you look at tourist arrival numbers between 2004 and 2019, you'll only see 3 cases where the year-on-year numbers declined. And there's a reason for these declines. In 2005, Thailand was obviously recovering from the impact the Boxing Day tsunami had on the country. Now, the global recession or the global financial crisis of 2009 was another reason tourist numbers dropped during that year. And then finally, of course, the coup in 2014 did cause some uncertainty, which saw less people visit the country. However, each occasion saw the Thailand tourist arrival numbers roar back. For example, in 2015, arrival numbers actually surpassed what was seen in 2013. And there's no reason to think that tourists won't come back in record numbers once the situation is resolved. Of course, that's going to bring us to our last con in this video, and that is the uncertainty surrounding when tourists can come back. Plans to reopen Thailand to vaccinated tourists have shifted a few times now, and while there's hope it does happen before the end of 2021, nothing is set in stone just yet. There is also the issue of some countries, most notably China, not allowing their citizens to travel freely. There is hope the situation returns to normal, or at least close to it, by the end of next year, but that remains to be seen. Anyone thinking about buying Thailand real estate right now, and especially one dependent on tourism, does need to factor this in to their decision. Ultimately, there's a lot to consider when thinking about buying Thailand real estate right now. It's important that you feel comfortable and confident with your decision and don't get too persuaded by a low price or not being able to visit the country. You want to weigh all of these factors in and then make that decision. But if you're looking to get your search started right now, why don't you visit thailandproperty.com, where you will find the largest selection of properties in the kingdom for you to browse. You can connect with developers, and maybe you'll even find one you love. That does it for me. I'm Cheyenne Hollis, Property Group Editor-in-Chief, and we'll see you next time.